Hello Taurus, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ethereal Angel. I know I'm a couple weeks late, but happy birthday Taurus. This is your reading for mid-May, mid-month reading. I know that I typically do readings at the top of the month, but that just didn't work out this month. And so I'm giving you a mid-month reading, and I'm giving you a 3-card pool for tomorrow's Scorpio full moon, so you can get some insight and advice from spirit on what you need to release during tomorrow's full moon in Scorpio. So this spread will be your love and relationship spread here, like I normally do, and then we'll do a the full moon messages at the end with this deck. So Taurus, as I said, happy birthday. I know we're pretty dang close now to entering Gemini season, so happy birthday to you guys. I hope you all had lovely birthdays, and we will just see what's going on. Interesting, same card in the same place as Aries. That's really weird. We'll see what's going on in your love life. Interesting, another repeat from Aries, different position. Some of you may be dealing with an Aries, so you might want to cross watch like that Aries video, or you may want to, if you have Aries in your chart, you may want to cross watch the Aries video. You might get more messages. So let's dive right in. Big energy here, Taurus. You are the Death card reversed for the last 2 weeks of May, presently, and your counterpart is the Star. Something has transformed in your life recently, Taurus. You have undergone some sort of transformation. You've undergone some sort of metamorphosis. You're changing, you're releasing. You might be resisting that a little bit, so universe might be tearing some of it from you. But you feel like a new biatch, okay, or a new man. You feel like even though you may have resisted some of the changes in your love life, or you're not really happy with some of them, this Death card is coming through and urging you to surrender to the change and to not fight it, because you have a Star on your counterpart side. Your counterpart is, or the energy coming in, this could be someone you know, don't know yet, they've showed up, they haven't, whatever it is, however it applies to you, might be an Aquarius. Something is aligning for you on the other side. A very divine and beautiful partnership. Somebody who thinks of you as their universe. Somebody who thinks that you are what they prayed for. Somebody who wants to worship you. Somebody who wants to give to you, to pour into you. That's the energy of the Star. The Star is like what you want when it comes to a counterpart. Okay, this is somebody who universe has aligned for you. Could be a soulmate connection, somebody that really understands you, somebody that thinks you're the ish. However, Taurus, you have to succumb to these changes. Even if they don't make sense right now, try your best to adopt a mentality of surrender throughout the rest of May. Tomorrow's Scorpio full moon will reach right into the depths of your soul and help you to release. Okay, so surrender to that energy, Taurus, and you will see amazing things unfold for you. Okay, so your inner thoughts about them and their inner thoughts about you. Your inner thoughts about them, we have the High Priestess reversed. 2 big cards reversed on your side, Taurus. Their inner thoughts about you, we have 2 of Swords. Very different energy here than the Star, and that 2 of Swords is a feeling, I talked about this in the Aries video, but it's a feeling of indecisiveness, a feeling of they want to extend an offer to you, love to you, they're interested in you, but there's something holding them back that's causing them a little bit of back and forth mentally. So you may be feeling like a feeling of stall a little bit in your love life. Maybe you're feeling like people come in and then they retreat. on your side with inner thoughts being High Priestess reverse. So High Priestess talks about being really in tune with your own intuition, being able to read a situation based on the energy, based on the unspoken things. So maybe there is a factor here where you know deep down, Taurus, why someone's resisting, why they're going back and forth. You can relate to that. However, with High Priestess being in reverse, again, it's kind of like you're fighting your own intuition here. If you know you need to cut a cord, cut a cord. If you know that you need to move on or like move along, then do so. I like to say too, like I always like to caution that whatever's meant to be will be. Like, and I think when we resist sort of just letting it go, we're working against the energies of the universe. High Priestess is here saying like, you are very intuitive. Don't resist that. Use it to your advantage. Don't let it cause you stress or anxiety. Just say, okay, I hear you, universe. I hear you, angels. I hear you, guides. I feel you, you know, and I think it's just, you're in a bit, Taurus, of maybe like there's so much changing, there's so much unknown that you're feeling really uncomfortable. You're a Taurus. You like stability. You like reliability. You like foundation. You don't really like per se to have to rely on the unknown, okay? But I think you might have to here in the next 2 weeks, because your partner isn't going to show you all their cards quite yet. So the block that's interesting, on your side we have a Queen of Cups. On their side we have the Hierophant. So let's start with you. With Queen of Cups as a block, I'm just gonna say, the Queen of Cups, she's the nurturer, she's the caretaker, she is the lush, comfy, coddling, empathetic, motherly queen, holding this person in her arms, you know. But sometimes, Taurus, we want to help people to the detriment of ourselves. Sometimes, Taurus, we want to nurture a person who's not filling our cup. Sometimes we want to love a person into loving themselves. And we can't always do that, Taurus, and I think it's blocking you a little bit. Like, I think maybe you are pouring into something or someone who's not giving it back, or it just could be that your empathy, and in general, it doesn't have to be a specific person, but maybe universe is saying here, if you don't have somebody in your love life right now, it's urging you to find somebody who returns your level of love and your level of giving. And the star is saying that there is somebody who is capable of doing that. And with Hierophant, it's in their block position, but Hierophant talks about formal commitment. It talks about what's sort of similar to High Priestess in that this is somebody who's very religiously or spiritually in tuned and very much guided, and it's the Taurus card as well, but somebody who's very much like guided by a very firm and foundational set of values and morals. Now, being in the block position, they may be somebody who's trying to come forward. Maybe they are in a commitment they can't get out of, and that doesn't mean they're in a relationship necessarily. Maybe they're in a job commitment or something that they have committed their time and energy to is blocking them from being able to fully hand you their flower, okay, their offer. I say flower because he has a rose in this card, but there may be something that's eating up a lot of their time and their energy and their commitment right now, and it may be just sort of blocking them from being able to fully show up. What's interesting that I just noticed is when we get up to your outcome, we have 2 9s. And And nines are not like a 10 is like an ending, right? Like a closure of a cycle. 9 is definitely change though. Like I feel like you're right on the precipice, both of you. So, and they're both reversed. So your outcome is 9 of Swords reversed. Theirs is 9 of Pentacles reversed. I do now, I'm thinking that they might have a material thing holding them back. Like, for example, like they might be changing jobs or wanting to save more money, or they might not be feeling materially like their needs are met with the 9 of Pentacles reversed. Because 9 of Pentacles upright is you're living good, you're eating good, you're feeling good, you're dressed good, you're dressed to the nines, like you are indulging in all that life has to offer. And the fact that this is reversed means it's the opposite of that. But whereas with you, with 9 of Swords reversed, 9 of Swords in the traditional deck talks about, which is interesting because that showed up for Aries too, and I can't remember where. But anyways, 9 of Swords talks about anxiety, fear, limiting beliefs, sleepless nights. But in this deck, it's kind of like the cat and mouse. Like, I feel like this energy here, it sort of talks about like wanting the truth, but resisting it at the same time because the truth might just be a nail in a coffin that you aren't ready to bury. I don't know where that came from, but that just came out and it had to be said. So for you guys, Taurus, in the next 2 weeks, and with the Scorpio full moon tomorrow, I would really work on releasing your fears around love and relationships. What are you really afraid to lose? Are you afraid that if you're not somebody's nurturer, that they won't need you? They're tough questions, but I feel like with 9 of Swords reversed and 9 of Pentacles reversed for both of you, I do feel a bit of a stalemate right now. I don't see anything movement wise, but just have faith because the star calls you to have faith and to have trust. Let's see what the romance angels say. Interesting. So first you have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Perfect mantra for the full moon tomorrow in Scorpio. Perfect with these cards you have, like especially with this Queen of Cups being in your block. Pour all of that nurturing, all of that energy that you spend fixing and helping and healing other people, and pour it into you. With past life relationship on their side, I think universe is manifesting somebody for you, but they have some karmic or important lessons in life that and some material things to get lined up. They need to get their ducks in a row. But I do feel like with the star and the past life relationship, this will be a really strong and positive connection once they are fully ready to commit. I feel like with Hierophant on top of 2 of Swords, they're just not fully ready to commit yet, Taurus. And that's okay because you can work on loving yourself in the meantime and having an incredible summer, an incredible Gemini season. So with tomorrow's Scorpio full moon, what I'm doing is I'm going to pull a past, present, future on your love life, just a general overview, kind of set your perspective, and then Spirit's advice for what you need to release on tomorrow's Scorpio full moon. Okay. Oh, awakening. I saw that when I was shuffling for you. Okay. All right, so in your past, you had King of Swords, King of Air. This says, speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. Taurus, I feel like either one of two things. I feel like you either were very much in love with an air sign, and it taught you a lot of lessons about how to speak your needs, how to ask for what you want, how to be expressive, how to adopt another love language if words of affirmation isn't your natural one. I feel like this was also about, for a lot of you Tauruses, if you weren't in love with an air sign, I feel like this is about universe teaching you lessons of how to stand up for yourself, how to speak your needs in your love life, and how to sever ties with people who made you out of whack mentally and emotionally. Now, your present position, you have awakening, which is in the traditional deck Hanged Man. It says, look at things from a different perspective. You're in a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. Now, I believe I said that I felt like there was a stalemate or a standstill. I felt like you were resisting some things with the reversed death and the reversed high priestess. Taurus, it's okay to be in a holding pattern. It's okay to go into reflection mode. Even if you are going out and being social, I think Hanged Man is just saying, try to look at your love life from a different perspective. Instead of a perspective of lack, like if you're feeling like this person hasn't come forward yet, you're kind of just like, I don't really have anyone I'm not jazzed about. Look at it from another perspective. Being single is an opportunity to have fun manifesting what you really want. Enjoy the process of like just having yourself to look after. Look at yourself as a project. Like, look at yourself as a cup to pour into. Like with death is an awakening, right? It's a rebirth. You know, you're having some sort of transformation, Taurus. And what's beautiful is, yay, you got the Ace of Wands, Ace of Fire, that in your future spot. That says an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. Ace of Wands in the traditional deck is the hand with the big stick in it, if you know what I mean. You have fiery passion coming towards you, probably somebody very physically interested in you coming forward. A passion project you're gonna kick off the ground, something that could make you money, make you reinvigorate you, if you will, but something new in something that you will create, you know, Taurus. And I think this is a really good omen. It does say it could be a new opportunity in career, but in terms of love life with an Ace of Wands, it usually means a new, you know, partner, a new partner, or like a new person coming in. So that's really positive. I think you just need to look at the positive. So let's see what Spirit's advice on what you need to release is. Okay, we have a Knight of Air. It says intelligent, decisive, idealistic, tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. Creative solutions. So in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Knight of Air, the Knight of Swords, rides in on that white horse, and it's not an aggressive energy, but fast moving. It's charging forward before thinking things through. So what I would say here is work on releasing, Taurus, for the Scorpio full moon tomorrow. Work on releasing the need to make snap judgments about people. I think Knight of Air can be a tough energy. It's like kind of like the knight who wants to ride into battle and get answers without, or like ride forward into something without really thinking it through. For Taurus, although most of you, if you have heavy earth in your chart, are probably pretty good at reviewing everything and making pros and cons lists and all that, some of you may not be. Also with Knight of Air, it's like releasing, in your release, it may be releasing people out of your life who are indecisive, who kind of like cross your boundary, because it's interesting you have King of Air in the past and Knight of Air in your release. Like, don't even let people get too close to you that you feel like are moving on impulse, or, you know, like you meet sometimes with air sign people, like they have really well-intentioned words, but they don't always follow through and manifest to actual physical action. So I would say with this, you know, Taurus, kind of working on releasing, you know, the need to tirelessly go after an ideal, okay? And instead, let's just like look at the positive. Let's look at what you do have. And of course, we always want goals and we always want to go forward towards something, Taurus. But I do think, I think you need to kind of cut out people who are all talk with the air, with the swords, and no action. And let's just take action. Let's take people who actually bring something to the table, and focus on that and focus on you, Taurus. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for the last 2 weeks of May. I gave you a lot to digest, Taurus, but I will see you again in a little less than 2 weeks, and I will have your full June reading. So have a great last couple weeks of May and enjoy Gemini season. I will see you in June.